Most people don't just choose to stay poor, their mindset does it for them. From childhood, you've been programmed to see money a certain way, and that programming is keeping you broke. If you keep that same programming, you will continue to make the same mistakes, keep the same habits, and you will remain in the same financial trap for your whole life. So in this video, we're going to break that down and give you exactly what you need to do about it to get out of that situation. So the first reason why most people stay poor is they have a bad relationship with money. You probably grew up hearing the same things I did, but I'm going to share some of them with you. Things like money doesn't grow on trees, we can't afford this, money is the root of all evil, rich people are greedy. Like, you probably heard all of those, honestly, or some variation of those. And that's something that I grew up hearing too. But I just want you to stop and think, do these sound positive to you? Like, I know on the surface they seem kind of harmless. They seem like ways for parents to keep their kids disciplined with money, but it's genuinely a negative type of thing. All of those statements I just made are completely negative about money. And what they do is they cause us to put money on a pedestal, put money all the way up here. And that's from childhood. So think about what happens when you take that same thought about money and carry it along with you as an adult. That is what I'm talking about. And we've convinced ourselves to spend our most valuable asset, time, to get this money and to do it frequently and to spend crazy amounts of time. And I used to do it, so I know all about it. I used to spend 80 hours a week just out there grinding, trying to get it and just working overtime at work. But it really wasn't worth the time I could have been spending with my family. But that's the first part of the negative and bad relationship with money. It's, oh, I'm putting it on a pedestal, I gotta go get it. But then the next version of that is when you actually start to get money. Now it's like, oh man, I can really splurge. I can really get what I want to get. I can get that car I've been wanting. I can get that TV I've been wanting. I can take that vacation I've been wanting to take. I can travel now. And these things, again, on the surface are not bad. These are things that are actually good in moderation. But the problem is we overdo it when it comes to spending money on liabilities. So we end up spending a bunch of our money on things that do not serve us. Perhaps they entertain us. Maybe it's a fun thing that we're doing. Maybe it's something that we just do for comfort. But it does not serve you in the way of increasing the pocket size that you have. And we all have our vices. I have mine. Mine is food. But I don't spend all of my money on food. Like, you really got to stop and think. We spend our most valuable asset to get money. And then we spend that money on things that are dropping in value, that are there to maybe entertain us or whatever the case is. But then not realizing the money that we got, that we spent our time that we will never get back to get, the value of that money, unfortunately, is dropping. That's why we have inflation, and that's why the prices of everything is going up. Gas, cars, properties, food, groceries, all that stuff. And that whole time, that money is not going into anything that is building your wealth for you. So we're doing things backwards, and we're not putting our money into things that would otherwise grow our wealth and increase the time that we have for ourselves. That's just crazy to me, and that's something that I was thinking about and talking to my Wealth Journey collective group about the other day. And the craziest part about this is probably the fact that when you do finally get some money and you're able to do all those things that I was just talking about, you get into a state of mind like, I can't lose this. So now it's becoming more of a scarcity mindset about money. Like, I can't get this money back, when you should be thinking, I can't get this time back. And it's a complete shift that needs to take place within your mindset. But unfortunately, a lot of us have not experienced that mindset shift because we think we're doing the right thing anyway. Because we're told, hey, go to school, get good grades, get a good education, get a degree so you can get yourself a good job paying a good salary. That's how you'll make it. That's how you'll get wealthy. But they don't tell you that the salary has nothing to do with the amount of wealth that you're able to build. It's what you do with the salary. So if you do the same thing that everybody else does with their salary, you're going to get what everyone else is getting, regardless if you're making $50,000 a year or $250,000 a year. It will not make a single difference, especially if you're just exclusively buying liabilities. And that's where the shift has to take place. I'm going to share with you how to get your time back while growing your money simultaneously. And that is going to lead me into the second reason why most people stay poor. And it's because they don't invest. And the reason they don't invest is because of this thing I like to call fear. Because when it comes to investing, there's fear, there's uncertainty, and there is doubt, a lot of doubt. And when you have that negative relationship with money, it doesn't help anything because now you're like, I can't lose everything. I don't want to invest $100 into this stock. I don't want to invest $500, $1,000 because I might lose it all. And so I got to thinking about what makes a successful investor. And I was actually talking to my friends about this, and I was talking to my Wealth Journey Collective community about this. And I was just really thinking, why is it that something as simple and lucrative as investing, something that is so avoided by people who are trying to get their personal finances together? And I started thinking about what even makes a successful investor. And it's someone who is disciplined, ambitious, strategic, and grateful. And it's incredibly hard to be all four of those things, but it's especially hard when you have a bad relationship with money to begin with. How can you be grateful for the amount of money that you have when you feel like money is such a scarce resource and you always feel like, I got to get more, I got to get more. I need to get a raise, I need to get a promotion. The economy, oh my gosh, it's ridiculous, inflation. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to have that. And it's very hard to be ambitious if you're not disciplined. And it's hard to be disciplined if you have bad spending habits and you don't understand what you should be doing with your money in the first place. You can be disciplined in terms of earning the money, going to work every day and improving every day. But what about the discipline that you need to actually put your money into the right places and be patient and just let it grow? You know what I mean? And it's so hard to be strategic about any of this stuff when you simply don't know how to invest. And I really analyzed the difference between wealthy people and people who are just out here trying to make it and trying to, get out of a paycheck to paycheck living situation and that are just trying to increase their savings account and things like that. And what I've noticed is the people who are really wealthy, it's not that they're necessarily any smarter or anything like that. They just know what to do with what they have. And there's a lot of people who would think, oh, well, there's a divide in information. People are keeping things away from us. And people think all these different things. The world's out to get me. But in reality, it comes down to some simple habits and your willingness to be able to learn a new skill of how to invest and how to best appropriate your money. And you also have people who say, oh, forget investing. I'm not going to invest. I'm going to just build a business and make multi-million dollars off of that. But the thing is, you can do both. And it's extremely hard to build a business. And a lot of people give up on building a business. So they end up not investing and not being able to successfully build a business because it usually takes more than one try to do so. And then their net worth stays flat and stagnant. And next thing you know, inflation's going up and they're not getting raises at work. And then they're wondering why they're getting more and more broke by the day. Meanwhile, they have car payments to pay for and all these types of payments to pay for because they'd rather spend money on luxury and fun than ways to increase your net worth. And that's what I'm here to show you. And that brings me to number 3, which is lack of understanding and not having the information that you need to have in order to invest your money, in order to increase your net worth. And that's what I teach in Wealth Journey Collective. I teach people how to build the first $100,000 in net worth. And it's being taught by someone who's done it. You know what I'm saying? And I am extremely passionate about teaching about the stock market and not just the stock market, also personal finance principles and how to budget properly. And I have all these templates and all these things that you can have for free once you're part of Wealth Journey Collective. But anyway, having a lack of understanding can make you go broke. Having a lack of understanding can cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. So when you say, Reggie, I didn't know, like I told you in the video about the investment mistakes, like the biggest ones that you could possibly make throughout your investing journey, that's what I'm talking about. When one of my family members was like, oh, I didn't know. I cashed out my AutoZone stock and now it's $3,000 something. I didn't know. Well, look, Not knowing is going to cost you money. So stop making that an excuse. I'm going to challenge you right now to start learning about investing. If you don't know how to invest and you're uncomfortable, that's okay. That's how I started out. That's how pretty much everybody starts out. But if you don't start at all, you will never realize your full wealth potential. And it's extremely important that you do, because you have people who depend on you, even if it's only yourself right now. I know that people have these goals and aspirations for themselves to give their kids things that, that they never were able to have when they were kids, like luxury items, material items like iPads, cell phones, game consoles, lighting systems, all kinds of stuff that are really cool. But we can't just focus on that. We also have to focus on giving them the other thing that we never got: trust funds. You know what I'm saying? Investments that are working for them since they were like 5 years old. Investments that can make them millionaires by the time they hit 15, 16, 17 years old. Teaching them the knowledge of how to properly use their money and how to save their money and how much of it they should be spending on luxury items, because every now and then you do need to enjoy your money. People are so fearful of losing all their money in investing. For me, I'm fearful of leaving this world with absolutely nothing to give my family or anyone that I care about. There's no way that you're going to convince me that God put me on this earth to just work and die. There's absolutely no way you're going to convince me of that. I was put on this earth for a reason, and so were you. And I'm telling you right now, it is almost selfish to not learn what you need to do to make your net worth grow and to make your money grow. Some people are anti-investing. I'm telling you right now, if you want to get your time back, you invest your money while life goes on. So while you're enjoying that milkshake, while you're going out to the movies, while you're doing all these things, while you're going to work, while you're sleeping, while you're eating, while you're on a date, while you're having fun, while you're at the amusement park, your money is going to be working for you throughout that whole time. Through every hardship, through every great point in your life where things are going well, your money's still going to be working for you. And the earlier you do it, the better. So people think retirement is attached to an age. It's not. It's attached to a number, and that number is the amount of money that you have invested and the percentage that that investment is growing by. That's what determines how quick you retire. That's how people are able to do things like retire early. Some people are not able to retire at all, and some people leave this world without anything to leave for their kids in inheritance. And so the thing is, money is meant for more than just to provide and protect your family. Those things are great, but how about providing and protecting them against the future by investing for yourself, investing for them, and learning how to do such things? And you don't have to start with $1 million. You don't have to start with $1,000. I made a video of how to invest with $100. And you know what I'm saying? My last video, how to invest with $500. Like, you all are going to come in different shapes and sizes when it comes to your pocket size and what you have to offer when it comes to invest in. We all know that. And there's going to be different options and different risk tolerances and all of that stuff. But if you don't start, none of that will mean anything, because you're going to start small. I didn't start with a bunch of money in my investing account, and I grew it to well over $100,000 with more than above average returns. I've outpaced the S&P 500. And I show you how to do all these things through this channel and through my Wealth Journey Collective group. So the things you have to do moving forward is improve your relationship with money. And the way I did that was listening to a lot of wealth books, Money Mastered the Game, especially. That's probably the best book I think I've ever read around money at all. But, things like The Psychology of Money, things like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, things like my book, The Wealth Journey. Books like that are going to get you in the mindset of, okay, my situation isn't really that out of the norm. A lot of people had that same situation. They were able to get past it, and once they were able to learn these skills, they were able to build. And as they continued to build, it just continued to grow. And then at one point, it got exponential. That's what I want you to know. Like, we start repairing our relationship with money by listening and reading about people who have done these things before and who teach you step by step how to properly build wealth and what to do once you amass some wealth and once you get a promotion at work and what to do with that extra amount of money to do what's best for you and your family. while still enjoying life. That's the best part. And we also need to start investing and start being intentional about investing and start learning about it and stop giving ourselves excuses and room to say, oh, well, I don't really know about investing, so I'm just going to take a step back and step this one out. No, 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 no. Now you're going the wrong way. The same way you need to put money in your savings account, the same way you need to pay rent or your mortgage, the same way you need food and water, you need to invest. Your money's going to be growing on the sidelines while you're living life, while you're building your business, while you're chasing promotions at work, while you're aiming to make more money, while you're having fun with your family, while you're doing everything you're supposed to do. Why wouldn't you invest and have money working for you when you're eating, sleeping, and doing whatever else? And I lie to you not. This happened to me and has been happening to me for a few years, but I'm going to tell you something. One day you're going to wake up and see that your stocks are performing so well that within a day you made more just by holding certain stocks than you did in a day at work. I'm dead serious. And there's some people who have so much money invested into the right types of investments that sometimes they will make somebody's whole salary within a day. Last year, my investments did so well that they made $58,000 extra passively. Now, I didn't cash none of that out or anything, but I'm just saying my money grew by that. And I didn't even invest a whole lot last year into the account that was growing this much. So I just wanted to share the power of investing with you and just overall wealth building principles and mindset in this video. And I want you to make sure that you do not stay poor. If you like this video, you're going to love this video. Check it out right here.